This is the HPT.
Sit right down, put on your poker face, you with the big dogs now. Better bring your best game, talk trash all you want. To me it's all the same, you won't leave with much when you come in second place. And I'm the one with the stack showing 7 to the jack. Gon' cry to your mama cause I'm sending you back. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand. Last man standing with the money in my hand. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HPT. I'm James Larson, joined by Robert Williamson III, and this week we have our conclusion from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. Last week we started with 9 players. We lost 4 players on that show, and we saw a lot of ups and downs. It was quite the roller coaster.
Seemed like every hand there was a new chip leader.
And tonight, 5 players remain. Only one can be our new champion. They'll go home with the title and $32,678. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and meet the players and most importantly, take a look at the prize pool.
We're playing for $102,000. That's what's in the prize pool. Up top, $32,678 and the title of HPT champion.
Ben Thomas is leading the way. He's up top of the chip counts. Right behind him, though, is Jeff and Michael. And rounding out the group is Larry White. Larry's going to have to pick a position and try to double up to get back into this tournament. 5 players remain here at the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. We will crown a champion on tonight's program, and we're so glad you joined us here on the HPT. Action will start under the gun with Jeff with King Jack. He's going to raise it to $45,000. Mike and Larry getting out of the way. Action over to Mike Traylor now. He's going to fold. So now we go to Ben in the 1 seat.
Ace Queen, that's definitely a playable hand.
Ben Thomas, 40 years old, $250,000 in lifetime earnings. He final tabled here last March. He finished 8th here at this Vicksburg final table. So he's back to try to improve on that, and he has already, because no matter what he does, he'll go home with at least 5th place here at this event. And the flop is King 9-6, couple of hearts.
Great flop for the original raiser, Jeff, but complete swing and a miss for Ben with Ace Queen.
Ben's going to check over to Jeff. Jeff bets 55,000 chips. We'll see if Benny can make this call with just his Ace Queen.
Yeah, it's a bad flop for Ace Queen. Not only did he not hit an ace or queen, but it's got coordinated cards. Hearts, king that you don't have, bigger than your queen. Straight draws, and Ben doesn't have any of those.
Got a real hand this time? Wouldn't be fair to say.
Looks like Ben asked him, you got a good hand? And Jeff says, I don't think that'd be fair to say. Ben thinking about a possible raise here, I guess. He's got the ace. We're playing 5-handed. It's heads up.
Yeah, that's why I would have preferred him to re-raise pre-flop. Kind of define the hands a little bit better, know where you're at.
You are getting lucky, though. I fold.
And Benny's going to fold. He's going to show his hand. The winner of the hand is Jeff. The first hand of the night will go to Jeff, the 54-year-old professional poker player. He was born in L.A., and then he moved over to Texas. $100,000 in lifetime earnings.
It's time for us to step aside for a quick commercial break, but before we do that, we're down here in Mississippi. What do you like most about being down here in the South?
The Southern hospitality. Well, maybe also the food. I mean, have you had fried green tomatoes before?
Of course.
One of my favorites.
It's great to be down here at the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. If you're ever down here in the area, check it out. This place is top-notch. We'll be right back after these messages. You're watching the HPT.
All right, guys, and welcome back to the Ameristar Casino, where we are now down to 5. We will watch them battle it for poker glory here in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Thanks so much, Drea, and welcome back to the HPT. It's James Larson and Robert Williamson III broadcasting from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. We have 5 players remaining. Ben Thomas leading the pack, but right behind him is Jeff and Michael. Your champion tonight will go home with $32,678, and most importantly, you can say that you are an HPT champion. Action starts with Benny under the gun in the 1 seat. He's going to fold. Now it's over to Jeff. Looks down at Queen Trey. He's going to fold. Over to Michael M. Now on the button.
He's reaching for chips.
57.
He's going to raise to 57,000 with the HPT special, the King Queen.
I like that reference.
To the small blind now. Larry wakes up with Ace 8 in hearts.
57.
And it's time for him to get them all in the middle, ladies and gentlemen. Larry's all in. Action over to Trailer. Looks down at pocket fours.
Yeah, but a raise and re-raise, that's a tough call.
They look even smaller after you see the couple of raises in front of you.
Yeah, my general policy with little pairs is I don't mind being the raiser,
Why not?
but I hate being the caller.
So action over to Michael M. He is going to make the call, so we're going to flip over the cards. And Michael's going to see that Larry's ahead currently with his ace. Michael not looking real happy. Larry trying to double up. They call him Lucky Larry. We'll see if the luck can continue for Mr. Larry. Larry White, 66 years old. Sometimes 28,000 total lifetime earnings, and only $675 invested in this event.
And what a great flop! Wow, Larry is all over this flop. Not only does he have top pair, he has the nut flush draw too. Michael's in big trouble here.
Larry turns around, gives a little fist pump to the crowd. Lucky Larry running real well. 2 cards to go. Turn card, the 10 of diamonds. So now we've got a little bit of a sweat here as Michael can make Broadway with a jack.
As long as it's not the jack of hearts.
Larry all in, trying to keep his tournament hopes alive.
One more heart.
River comes.
And the river card is the 9 of diamonds, so that is going to do it. Larry's going to win the hand. He's going to sit back down, a little cheer from the crowd, and Lucky Larry is very much alive here at this nationally televised final table.
Nothing.
Thank you. Gotta win a race here. Yeah, I was going, I care what.
Larry's had to go through a lot of obstacles. He had tumors up and down his spine, not even being able to walk. Surgery from his wonderful doctor, Dr. Gephardt. He's now able to walk and sit for long periods of time. So this guy's been through quite a bit, my friend.
Truly a lucky man.
Truly lucky. That's why they call him Lucky Larry. All right, action continues here. Over to Michael, steaming a little bit from that last hand.
Well, he's also steaming with an ace-6 offsuit. Aces, when you get short-handed, are strong hands.
It's a raise to 47,000 by Michael. And now his nemesis, Lucky Larry, coming in.
Larry does make the call.
He's going to make the call. Lucky Larry's got King 10, makes the call, 47,000. Trailer now just kind of going card dead. He folds, as does Benny.
Over to Jeff in the big blind.
Over to Jeff now, your chip leader. He's going to get out of the way. So we're heads up. Larry and Michael, just like a hand ago. We'll see if Michael can get some of those chips back. So the flop is ace, king, 7, couple of diamonds.
And a little of something for both players. Top pair for Michael, second pair for Larry.
Michael's going to check over to Larry. Larry checks as well. Turn card now, the 9 of hearts. Michael's got to think about betting here, doesn't he?
He absolutely does. I don't blame Larry if he calls either. He's got second pair.
So the bet is 55,000 and Larry makes the call. And we go to the river card. It's the 7 of spades.
7 of spades. Michael is first.
I'm all in.
Michael is all in.
Only 40, almost 80.
Trying to get out any other ace because obviously now he has to play the board of ace, king, 7, 7. No kicker doesn't play. I think Larry might see the light here and let this go.
How much?
Larry's asking how much it is to make the call.
That's 100. 120.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so
It's almost 180. It's
180,000
3 shy of
chips.
180.
Boy, Larry looks like he's going to make this call.
He's trying to think this through. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to get away from this one.
I don't like you thinking about calling me here.
177,000 is the total.
And a tough decision for Larry.
I won't.
This is a significant size bet to call with his stack.
Pot of over 400,000 chips, and Larry's going to lay it down. Michael's going to win the hand, and he's going to show his ace of clubs. We've seen that a lot here at this final table. Very friendly. People showing their cards when they're not getting called.
I think these guys think it's like grade school, show and tell time or something.
You are watching exclusive final table coverage as we're at the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg.
45.
It's James Larson and Robert Williamson III. So Michael with the Sammy Hagar pocket fives is going to raise it to 45,000. Trailer gets out of the way.
Well, if he's truly got the Sammy Hagar, why didn't he raise the 55?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a tell.
To the flop now.
Ben's going to come in. He makes the call with his Jack 10. The flop is King 10-6.
Ben catches second pair. Sometimes it's hard to tell where you're at in a hand like this.
Ben checks over to Mike. Michael does the continuation bet, 45,000.
It looks like a check call coming. I don't mind that at all. That's exactly how I would have played this hand so far on both parts.
We'll see a turn now.
Ben makes the call. Turn card now, another 10.
That makes Ben's hand a little more powerful.
3 of a kind for Ben. He checks wisely over to Michael. Both players checking now.
And
The river card now is the 9 of clubs.
Ben's got to look for value and make some kind of a value bet here. Hopefully he can get paid off by Michael.
And Ben's going to check. So it goes check, check. I'm a little surprised there, Robert.
I don't like that check at all. You got to try to get paid. I think if he makes a smallish bet there, he's probably going to get paid off.
The winner of the hand is Ben Thomas. Talked about it before. He final tabled here the last time we were here. Got 8th place. Trying to improve on that.
Robert, we keep seeing a changing of the guard up top on the chip counts. It's flip-flopping every other hand.
This time around, it's Ben and Jeff. Or is it Jeff and Ben? It's been both.
I promise tonight we will crown a new HPT champion, so don't go too far. Plenty more to come right here on the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. James Larson, Robert Williamson III. 5 players remain here at our nationally televised final table as we broadcast to you from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. Now, Robert, you've played a few of these HPT events. What do you like most about your experience?
So far, the people that play these events, they are so nice and hospitable. And besides that, the sportsmanship, it's unseen like this before in poker.
But I think you're finding out, like a lot of our players, that the fields aren't so soft after all, are they?
A little tougher than I suspected, but I will conquer this field sooner than later.
Jeff leading the pack right now, but right behind him, Ben Thomas, Michael, Larry, and Michael rounding out the group. 5 players remain, 1 champion. He'll go home with the title and just under $33,000. Who do you like, Robert? 5 players left. Who's your horse?
Oh, man, this is a tough one. I'm going to go to limb. I'm going to pick a Texas boy, Michael Trailer.
Michael Trailer's been playing some great poker. I'm going to go with this guy right here, our chip leader. I think Jeff's got it. I think he's going to take it down. He's got the ace-10, and he makes the call. Fold it around now to Larry in the small. He's going to fold. To Trailer now in the big blind. Looks down at 7-6. We'll see if he defends. The raise was by Ben, who raised it up with 2 5s, up to 52,000. Jeff makes the call. Now action over to the big blind, and Trailer is going to fold. So we go heads up to the flop. Ace-10 going up against the 5s. We've seen a lot of pocket 5s on tonight's show, and last week's as well.
Very repetitive for sure.
Ace, Queen, 7, couple of hearts is the flop. Action on Ben.
Top pair for Jeff. He zooms ahead of Ben. Continuation bets become really popular. I think we're fixing to see another one right now.
The bet is 66,000 chips.
66,000.
And Jeff's not going anywhere.
And Jeff does call.
Jeff makes the call as he paired his ace on the flop. Turn card now is the Jack of Spades. Things getting a little more coordinated out there. Action on Ben.
Also gives Jeff a straight draw in addition to his top pair now. I think we'll probably see Ben say, you know what? I think I'm beat now, and surrender this pot.
Ben's going to check it over to Jeff. Jeff reaching for chips. And he's going to bet 90,000.
And this should be an easy fold unless Ben gets really tricky.
And Ben's going to fold. And Jeff is going to win the hand.
Oh, I wish I could have done it.
Looks like he wanted to push all in, but he wouldn't have liked it.
Jeff told us before the final table, if it weren't for poker, he'd be flipping burgers or working at 7-Eleven. Thankfully, he's found poker, and he's doing real well on tonight's episode of the HPT. If you want to give it a shot and maybe play at one of these nationally televised final tables, check out our webpage, at www.hptpoker.com. Once again, that's hptpoker.com. Action to Jeff on the button. He's going to fold. Now we go to the blind, starting with Michael. Looks down at 10-6. He's going to make the call. Option now to the big blind and Larry. Lucky Larry, they call him. He's got the blackjack 7-4. Why not? Let's raise it up here. No, he's going to check. Maybe not so much. It looks like he was
for another day.
He was thinking about it. He's Lucky Larry after all.
He started 2, but his starter got hung.
And the flop is ace 7 tray, couple of clubs. So a little something for everybody there. Couple of clubs for Michael, if you call that something. Larry catches a 7. Michael bets 24,000.
Michael's imagination is what ran good on this one. He flopped nothing, tried to bluff and steal this on the flop.
24,000 and a quick call by Larry. Turn card now is another 7. This time the 7 of hearts. This time Michael's going to check, and you expect Michael or Larry rather to do the same thing?
You know, the only reason why I think Larry's got to bet a little something, there is a flush draw out there. You don't want to give a free card on the clubs. Bet a small bet. Try to get paid off. Maybe 40, 45,000. Obviously, Michael's not going to pay it off.
75,000 is the bet by Lucky Larry, and I think that is going to be enough.
Yeah. Bet too much to get paid off, but just enough to take this pot down. And I think that's what Larry wanted to do.
Larry, when he's not playing poker, takes care of his rental properties. He also loves to fish. Poker and fishing, the same thing.
It's, that's what we're looking to play with.
And he's looking to catch a few tonight here at this final table. Blinds at 12,000, 24,000 with a 3K ante. Great to be back here at the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. 70,000 square feet of gaming space here, 1,500 slot machines, 27 table games, and the area's largest selection of video poker. And we can't forget regular poker as we're watching some great HPT action here from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg.
Speaking of action, Larry raises this pot up to 50,000.
He's got Queen 10, and now over to Trailer. He's all in, pocket 7s. You can see very few chips left for him. Things haven't been going very well for him tonight. He sees a chance. He's going to get them all in the middle. It's folded around now to Larry.
57 more, Larry.
I'm behind. You know I got to call you.
So Larry going to try to eliminate a player here at this final table. We'll see if his nickname holds up of Lucky Larry. And the flop is 8-5 deuce rainbow. So far so good for Michael T.
Michael T needing this double up to stay alive.
Larry's going to need a queen or a 10.
He's going to catch a queen or a 10. That's not one of them. Deuce of clubs.
So far, Lucky Larry hasn't gotten lucky. Michael T only needs a dodge as a queen or a 10.
And the river card is the 6 of spades. And just like that, Michael T sitting back down as he just doubled up.
I'll tell you what, a chip and a chair, and he's got a few more chips than that, and he's back in his chair. And I'll tell you what, let's come back right after this break to see what happens and if Michael can take advantage of this double up.
Back in business.
I'll tell you what, James, the action is really heating up here. Speaking of heating up, why don't you tell us a little more about that last cruise we went on? I heard you had a hot time out there.
Earlier this year, HPT teamed up with Card Player Cruises to set sail on the high seas for a week of fun in the Western Caribbean. We began by boarding one of the largest ships in the world, Oasis of the Seas. We spent the week enjoying Caribbean drinks, good music, and exquisite food with hundreds of our closest friends. During the 7-day voyage, we made stops at several exotic tropical ports in places like the Bahamas, St. Martin, and the Virgin Islands. There is never a dull moment with Card Player Cruises. This ship was jam-packed with entertainment options, a zip line, a miniature golf course, 5 swimming pools, almost 30 different bars. The list goes on. And of course, with the HPT on board, there's plenty of poker. Daily cash games and nightly tournaments are all part of the experience. Join us this February for the next HPT cruise. You won't regret it. www.cardplayercruises.com.
Welcome back to the HPT. It's James Larson, Robert Williamson III, broadcasting from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. Chip counts. Jeff's up top, but right behind him, Michael and Larry, rounding out the group, Ben and Michael. First place tonight, $32,678. But Jeff and his stack swing there, very impressive.
He has definitely made a few upticks, and so has Larry White.
12,000, 24,000 are the blinds. Annie is $3K. We're giving away money here on the HPT. That's what we do best, and we're glad you could join us on tonight's program. Let's fold it over to Michael Traylor. He's going to fold as well. Action now on Benny in the one seat on the button. Now we go to the blinds. And we start with Jeff. Looks down at ace jack of clubs. A great hand here, five-handed. Jeff's going to raise to 60,000. And now a quick all-in by Michael.
And I think Michael made a complete misstep here because he's dominated.
And Jeff makes the call. Why wouldn't he? Flip over the cards, and he's going to see he's way ahead with his ace-jack. The flop is Jack 10-8, so things getting worse for Michael.
A terrible flop for Michael. He needs runner, or his tournament life is over.
Jeff sitting back, calm and cool. Turn card. Now we got a sweat. It's the six of spades.
Can't ever make it easy,
the
can
door.
they?
Now Michael can catch any spade.
Always a sweat.
Any spade, deuce won't help him. Any spade is the only way he can win this hand. Otherwise, he's gone. So it's the seven of diamonds, and that's going to do it for the Saints football fan. Michael eliminated, going out in fifth place, but not for nothing. Just over $7,000 for his efforts tonight here on the HPT.
And it turns out the Saints turned into the Aints tonight.
All right, well, the payday is getting better for all the players now. They're all guaranteed $9,701. Up top, though, $32,678. Not too shabby for second, just over $20,000 and just over $13,000 for third. So a lot of cash on the line here at the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg.
You'd already have this one.
Well, who wouldn't wish that? I mean,
Right.
Come on.
Trailer is all in, and an insta-call by Benny in the one seat with the HPT special, the King-Queen.
And I don't think I would have insta-called like Ben did, but I guess maybe he knows something that we don't know because he does have Michael dominated here.
Now, Jeff's still on a decision here. This is a big hand here in the tournament, Robert. The hand, if you will. Jeff's going to fold.
Good.
Oh, you know.
And now they're going to flip over the cards. You could hear Trailer. He says this is not good.
My lucky 10.
He's right.
Yeah.
With King 10, King of Hearts, 10 of Spades.
So it's King 10 versus King Queen. Ben in the lead. Boy, he just snap called him.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he must have known. He has ESP in.
The flop is Jack 9-4.
Benjamin is still ahead with King Queen. However, Mike.
You hear Michael calling for the 10.
The turn card is the 4 of diamonds.
He still needs a queen here and a queen and a queen only. And it is the 5 of hearts.
And the river card, no queen. It's the 5 of hearts. So that's going to do it for Michael Trailer. He's eliminated, going home in fourth place, $9,701. It was great to see him here on the HPT. Blinds are up now, 15,000, 30,000 with a 4K ante. 3 players remain. The dynamics change so much now when they're three-handed.
They sure do. Hand values go way up. An ace-jack of clubs that Jeff just looked at is a monster hand.
Things are just going so well here for Jeff. He's picking up cards in all the right times, all the right places, and he's playing well. Not only running well, but he's playing well. But look at this.
Ooh, and Larry wakes up with pocket cowboys. Insta-call from Jeff.
Wow.
And he's going to not like what he sees.
Just when things were going so well for Jeff, he runs it right into the buzzsaw. Pocket kings, but he does still have the ace for an overcard.
And actually, Larry didn't want to see any ace either. That's the only overcard to his pair of kings.
The flop is Jack 8-6. It's a rainbow. Larry in the lead with his pocket kings.
Well, Jeff got a few more outs. He needs a jack or an ace or running clubs.
Turn card now is the 8 of clubs. So now we've got another little draw out there.
Never easy.
Speaking of running clubs, an ace, a jack, or a club.
2 of spades.
Now let's see if Lucky Larry really is lucky.
Huge pot. We go to the river card, and it's the tray of spades.
It was black, but it wasn't a club.
So Larry's going to win the hand. His 2 pair, kings and 8. A big double up for Lucky Larry.
I'll let you count it. I can't.
I'll tell you what, his patience finally paid off, and it's paying in spades.
So in that segment, we lost both Michaels, so 3 players remain, and when we come back, we'll have more exciting final table action. You're watching the HPT.
All right, guys, and welcome back. We are now down to our 3 players, only 2 away from crowning the next HPT champion. Let's get right into the poker action.
Chip counts, 3 players left. It's pretty close up there at the top. Ben and Larry and Jeff rounding out the group.
And there's 2 ways of looking at it. Jeff's only a double up away from being one of the chip leaders.
So tonight we will crown an HPT champion, and that winner will go home with $32,678. Not too shabby for second, $20,424. Third place, $13,378. Action on Benny. He's going to make the call with his 10-9, suited in diamonds. In the big blind, Jeff is going to check the option with Queen Deuce. 3-handed, range of selection of hands. Everything changes a little bit, Robbie. Flop is Queen 8-5, rainbow.
Top pair for Jeff, and a gut shot straight for Ben.
Ben checks, Jeff checks, turn card now, the 3 of hearts. Action on Benny. Benny's going to check. Action over to Jeff now.
Well, surely with top pair, we'll see a little something from Jeff.
And Jeff's going to bet 60,000 chips.
180.
And now a raise by Ben. I like it. He's going to go to 180.
Well, I'll tell you what.
All in.
Oh, wow. An all in from Jeff. I was thinking he might get called, but I didn't think he'd get an all in.
Well, there's no way Ben could make this call. Almost 150,000 chips now for Ben to make this call.
Yeah, he's not getting the right price to try to catch a jack.
I like the way he played the hand. He got caught. He's going to have to fold, and the winner of the hand is Jeff, the 50-year-old professional poker player. Grew up in L.A., now he lives in Texas. 100,000 lifetime career earnings. He's trying to add to that by about $32,678 tonight, Robert, because that's what first place pays. Blinds are 15,000, 30,000 with a 4K ante. James Larson, Robert Williamson III. Action will start with Lucky Larry on the button. Looks down at 7 tray. He's going to fold. Over to the small blind now. Benny looks down at Jack 8 of diamonds.
A little bigger than his last 9-10 of diamonds.
Ben's going to make the call. Option is checked once again. 3 players just kind of getting to know each other here, 3-handed. And the flop is King, Queen, 4, couple of diamonds.
And Ben flops a flush draw. Decides to check it.
Both players checking that flop. The turn card is the 5 of diamonds, and just like that, Ben hits his flush.
And a little something for Jeff, too. It gives him a flush draw and a pair.
Both players check. River card is the King of Hearts.
And I think we might see a value bet here.
Benjamin bets 105.
And Ben's going to bet 105,000, and Jeff is going to make the call. Ben's going to flip over his 2 diamonds, and Jeff's going to see that he is beat. The winner of the hand is Ben Thomas in the 1 seat, trying to add to his $250,000 in lifetime earnings. 3 players remain, Robert. We started with 73 in this tournament. 9 started at this nationally televised final table. And one of these players will go home as our new champion and richer by just over $32,000.
It's just like Highlander, James. There can only be one. Tonight, there can only be one HPT champion.
Action is on Lucky Larry. He's 66 years old, retired. He's only got $675 invested in this main event. So a nice little return on his investment.
Wow, I think they call that ROI. Now I know what it means.
He's going to make the call.
Action over to Benjamin. Also called.
As does Ben. Now the option. And the option is checked. So things are slowing down a little bit here at this final table as we're playing 3-handed.
They're playing kind of conservative, actually.
Flop is Jack 6 deuce.
Bottom pair for Larry.
Ben checks, Jeff checks. They all check. The turn card is the 10 of spades.
That's a good card for Ben. Gives him middle pair.
Ben checks, Jeff checks. Now over to Larry. Larry's reaching for chips. He's going to make a bet of $30,000.
And I don't blame Larry at all. If it checked at me twice in that spot, I would think I had the best hand and try to protect it too.
Action on Ben Thomas. He makes the call. Jeff's going to fold. He gets out of the way, so now we're heads up to the river, and it's the 4 of spades. Action will start with Ben.
I'm going to start calling, instead of just Lucky Larry, I think it's slow play Ben also. He's been slow playing a lot of hands.
And Larry will check too.
And deuces seldom loses, but this time Ben's 10s win.
Queen 10 from Ben, a pair of 10.
Seeing some different kind of action here at this final table. When it's down to three-handed, usually you see the chips a-flying. They're really picking and choosing their spots carefully tonight.
All right, blinds are 15,000, 30,000 with a 4K ante. Now, Robert, when you're this close, you're one of 3 players remaining. What's going through their heads right now?
Well, first of all, you've got to be down to 2 to win a tournament. So you've got to outlast that third player. But secondly, you've got to build chips to put yourself in a position to do that.
And we haven't seen really anybody get real aggressive here three-handed. A lot of check calling, a lot of options being checked. I mean, nobody's really been the aggressor yet.
And that might play a significant part here coming up. Whoever gets to be the aggressive one first might have a big advantage here.
Jeff raises with his king 10 going up to 70,000. Larry makes the call. It's 40,000 now for Benny to stick around in this hand. He's going to fold, so we'll go heads up to the flop. Larry and Jeff. One of these lucky players will be our new champion. One of these 3 can go home with $32,678.
Flop comes 9 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds.
And the flop is Queen 9-7, couple of diamonds.
Over to Jeff.
And Larry takes a lead with top pair.
Jeff will check behind.
Both players checking that Queen 9-7 flop. We go to the turn card now. It's the ace of clubs.
That's the only danger by Larry checking that flop. He doesn't know where he's at here on the turn, but he's leading at this. You know, I don't think I would have led at that, knowing that Jeff was the original raiser, thinking the ace will either induce a bluff or I could check call another type of hand.
And it worked out for Larry. Larry White's going to win the hand. Poker is his favorite hobby. He plays 2 to 3 times a week. Looks like he knows what he's doing for a guy that just calls it his favorite hobby. Lucky Larry hanging around here at this final table. Welcome back to the HPT. It's James Larson alongside Robert Williamson III. 3 players remain. We got Ben, we got Jeff, we got Larry. Leading the pack is Ben Thomas, but not by a lot.
They're all bundled right up there. This could go any direction right now.
We could be here a while. We're glad you joined us here on the HPT as we broadcast from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. Action in the small blind now to Lucky Larry. Larry's going to raise it up. With Jack 10, going to raise to 90,000. A great hand, 3-handed. Action over now to Big Ben in the big blind.
I'll tell you what, this should be a pretty easy fold.
It's not going to be a fold at all. It's going to be a 3-bet. We're going to 230,000.
I guess I had that one wrong, James.
So what's going through his mind, Robert? Just time for someone to really be the aggressor at the final table? Is that what Betty's thinking?
Ben has definitely picked and choose spots to pick up the aggression, and he likes to make these re-raises with subpar hands. But I think some of the players are catching on to that.
Well, Larry's not going anywhere. He's going to make this call. I don't think Ben's real happy about that. Decent sized pot already building here. 3-handed poker coming to you from the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. In the flop, Jack 8 tray, couple of diamonds. Good flop for Larry.
It sure is, but I'll tell you what, a check and a continuation from Ben, that's almost always going to happen.
350 is the bet.
So the bet is 350,000 by Benny.
Oh, it's a big bet.
Boy, Larry's standing up. He's going to go phone a friend, I think. Yeah. He just did a complete circle.
Big hand, huh? You're tired of me
Boy,
coming
move his
over?
chair over. Chair's out of the way now, Robert.
Larry has got a big decision. This is a call for most of his chips.
Well, it's been a long day, and I've enjoyed it.
Oh, this is like a movie. He said under his breath, "This has been a long day, and I've enjoyed it." So what's that mean? Is he all in?
I think he might be.
I call.
And he makes the call.
I don't know if Larry, does Larry think this is an all-in for him?
Larry does make the call of 300.
Yes, I believe Larry thought he was all in, but he's not.
But it's not.
Pot of the day we're going on right now.
Somebody should tell him that. King of spades now comes on the turn. Well, now he's going to get all his chips in the middle. About 260,000 of them. Now Ben doesn't know what to think.
Yeah, King Jack, Larry.
This is a tough spot for Ben. I think we're going to see a little Hollywood and then a fold.
Wouldn't be right, I don't guess, would it?
He got lucky, though. He avoided. If Larry checks one more time, Ben might sell off for the rest of his chips, too.
Can't even beat a jack.
Boy, Larry did that little dance. He got up out of his chair, did a complete 360, moved the chair over to the left, brought the chair back, sat down. Then he put his chips all in the middle after the next street.
Yeah, it would be hard to believe that he doesn't have anything there. It took that long to make that decision. I think Ben knows he has to make that fold, and Larry's going to win a humongous pot.
Things going real well now for the man with the best name in poker, Lucky Larry. We'll see if he can continue his quest to be our next HPT champion. Three-handed action continues here from the Ameristar Casino Hotel East Chicago. It's James Larson and Robert Williamson III. Tonight we will crown a new champion, and that person will go home with the title and the cash. Action is on Benny. He's on the button, and he is all in with his king deuce of hearts. We'll see if Jeff looks him up, but he's going to do just that. He makes the call with his ace-9. Action over to Lucky Larry now, who still hasn't even counted all his chips from the last hand, and he's got pocket eights.
That's a really tough spot. Wow.
Wow, he laid him down, Robert.
I would have pushed all in with 2 8s in that spot after Jeff just flats.
Laid down pocket eights. Maybe he decides, all right, I just want to get the heads up. I'll take him from there. And the flop is ace-10-7. Jeff in the lead with his aces, and in hindsight, I guess a great fold by Lucky Larry there.
It absolutely looks like it was, as it turns out.
Turn card now is the Jack of Clubs.
Well, it does give Ben some outs at least. He can catch a queen that's not a club.
If he doesn't, he's going to be eliminated in third place, and that is what's going to happen. The 9 of hearts comes on the river. They shake hands, but for Ben Thomas, he's going home with a nice little payday, though, here on the HPT.
When I shoved in on.
Oh, I just had a bluff.
I had a 10-jack.
Good hand. Good hand.
Well, a moment of sportsmanship and honesty amongst the two players.
Yeah, I don't know if I really like it, though, Robert. He asked him what he had. This is a guy who's exiting the tournament. I'd maybe just shake his hand and let him go if I'm Lucky Larry.
Yeah, but I don't think Lucky Larry meant anything by it. He seems like a good-hearted, good-natured kind of guy.
We are down here in the South. It's a lot like where I live in Iowa. Everybody's pretty happy in the Heartland, smiling, helping their brothers. All right, action continues as Jeff's going to raise to $60,000. We're heads-up poker now. Ace-King, what a great hand heads-up. Larry's going to make the call with 10-9. 2 players remain. $32,678. Second place is $20,424. The flop is Queen 10 Trey.
Middle pair for Larry and 2 overcards and a gut shot Broadway straight for Jeff. I don't blame Jeff in that spot. I'm going to continuation bet 80% of the time there myself.
Larry checks. The bet's $60,000, and Larry quickly makes the call. So we go to the turn card. It's heads-up poker at its best. Turn card is the 4 of clubs.
And a great card for Jeff's hand. Now it gives him a flush draw, but he decides to check it.
Well, I'm surprised at that. The river does come a club, the Jack of clubs, so Jeff makes his flush.
And he's got the nuts right now.
Larry bets $75,000. Jeff loves every second of this.
Well, Larry's value betting here, but I think you'll find out real quickly when Jeff makes the raise that his value bet's no good.
Going up to $250,000. Jeff's got the nuts. And Larry is going to fold.
So Jeff wins that hand, but really the story of that segment was the big pot that Larry won off of Ben.
I'll tell you what, Ben's been trying it all day long, but this time got his hand caught in the cookie jar, and now he's out.
He's out, third place money, going home with $13,378. And right now, Jeff's starting to catch a little bit of steam as we're playing heads-up poker, and we'll have more exciting action after this break.
And welcome back to the Ameristar Casino. Someone is going home with over $30,000 and the coveted HPT title. Who will it be? Lucky Larry White or good friend of Michael Traylor's, Jeff Needleman? Let's get right into it.
2 players left. It's Larry. It's Jeff. 1.2, 950,000. It's too close to call.
Really is. It's kind of like one of those coin flip situations.
I love watching heads-up poker here on the HPT, and most importantly because we can watch the whole card and you can really get into the mindset of what the players are thinking. Action will start with Jeff. Boy, you know he wants to win this title. He's going to raise it up to 60,000 with his 9-7. Big hand now for Lucky Larry. Looks down at King Jack, couple of Broadway cards.
Pretty easy blind defend from Larry there.
Yeah, big cards heads up is so huge in the game of heads up poker. And the flop, Queen, Jack, Deuce, Rainbow.
Larry seems to be flopping second pair an awful lot, but he checks it over to Jeff, probably wanting to check call.
Jeff on just a stone cold bluff here bets 50,000. Hopefully Larry realizes that and just makes a smooth call, as he does. Going to string Jeff along here. Turn card now is the 7 of hearts, so this could get troublesome for Jeff, but both players are going to check that turn card. And now we go to the river. It's the 6 of hearts, so a third heart on board. Larry's going to fire. He grabs some chips.
Larry makes a nice value bet there, just enough that he can get called.
That's perfect poker right there. The winner of the hand is Lucky Larry. He tells us he lives in the country. There's always something to do. His town has a service station, a post office, 3 churches right on the main road. It's my kind of place. There's got to be a bar, though, in there, too, somewhere.
Well, it sounds like welcome to the South.
Exactly. Blinds are 15,000, 30,000 with a 4K ante. I want to remind you to check out our webpage at hptpoker.com. That's hptpoker.com. Find an event that will work for you, and who knows, maybe you'll be playing for the life-changing cash. Larry's going to make the call. Option now to Jeff. Jeff seems a little rattled right now. Larry won the first couple of hands here heads up, and Jeff's got to take control of this heads up match if he wants to be our new champion. The flop, King 10-8, couple of clubs.
In a trouble flop for Jeff, flopping middle pair. Larry flopping 2 pair.
Jeff's going to check over to Larry. Everything going real well here for Lucky Larry, just like his nickname.
I think when your name's Lucky Larry, it's supposed to go this good for you.
Larry's going to bet 75,000. It's going to be hard for Jeff to get away from this.
Raise.
And he's going to raise.
Jeff declares raise. And we'll make it.
He's going to raise to 210,000. Larry loves this.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an all-in push from Larry, because this is too coordinated a flop to give any more free cards. Put Jeff to a decision.
Larry thinking about his decision here. He knows how close he is to being our newest HPT champion. Looking down at his chips. And he's going to put out a pretty big re-raise here, my friend. That is a re-raise. He's going to go to 550,000. So Jeff's got a decision to make. It's right now. They're all getting in the middle or he folds.
And most of his chips would have to go in.
And
he does go all in.
And he's going to see he's in a whole lot of trouble, my friend. 2 cards to go, and he needs some help. Larry in the lead with his 2 pair, 10s and 8s. Jeff just with his pair of 10s.
Jeff shows Queen 10 of spades. He is behind at the moment.
Give me a king, please.
Jeff politely asking for a king.
A king or a queen.
Turn card is the 7 of diamonds.
I guess he only wants a king specifically, not a queen. But now he needs a king or queen, or this tournament's over.
And it is, and just like that, a full house for Lucky Larry.
And that's going to do it. We've got a brand new HPT champion. His name is Larry White. He's going home with the title at $32,678. But a tip of the fedora to our second place finisher, Jeff. He played a great game.
Oh, yeah.
He sure did, and I'll tell you what, when he looks back on his performance tonight, he'll have 20,000 reasons to feel comforted.
Well, let's go ahead and meet our new champion. Drea Renee is now joined with Larry. We'll send it down to you guys.
All right, guys, I'm Drea Renee, and we are here at the Ameristar Casino Hotel in Vicksburg, Mississippi, with our HPT champion, Lucky Larry White. Larry, you just won over $30,000. What's going through your head right now?
It's hard to believe is one thing. We had some great poker players here and some of the nicest guys you ever played with, and the way the tournament was run just been fantastic. I couldn't ask for any more.
Do you do anything special to prepare for a day like this?
No, I'm retired. I just get up in the morning, do what I want to do, play poker.
At what point for you at the tournament did you think this is really getting serious? I can win this thing.
the first day I started. I told my wife, I'm going to win it.
And did you use your motto of patience, position, discipline, hard work? Which aspect really helped you?
Patience. Patience was the biggest thing. Not just getting in with any cards at all, trying to pick the best cards. Get in with the best cards.
How'd you feel having your wife in the audience cheering you on?
That probably helped everything in the world now, because I hadn't had her here, and I know everybody heard her.
Is that $30,000 going to Miss Audra?
Miss Audra, nickname Squirrel.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Our HPT champion, Lucky Larry White.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Drea. And once again, congratulations to Larry White, going home with the title and $32,678. And as we wrap up the show, I guess his nickname was pretty accurate. Lucky Larry.
I told you from the very beginning, anybody with the name Lucky in it, it's got to be lucky.
It's got to be lucky, but we got to give credit where credit's due. He got lucky, but he played really well, and he earned this HPT title. I want to thank everybody here at the Ameristar Casino Hotel Vicksburg. Hospitality has been top-notch. I want to thank all of our players for coming out. It was a blast to be back down here in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Now, if you're watching this and you want to play on the big stage, why not give it a shot? Check out our webpage at www.hptpoker.com. Who knows, maybe you'll be playing for the life-changing cash. For Drea Renee, he's Robert Williamson III. I'm James Larson, and we'll see you next time on the HPT.